there's a phenomenon happening across the United States. We went from Donald Trump is racist to, well, now they're both bad. Let me say that again. We went from Donald Trump is racist to now, well, they're both bad. Let me tell you how you know when you're talking to a Democrat. You know when you're talking to a Democrat is when that person can't assess what's right in front of them. You heard what I said? You know you're talking to a Democrat when you look at what's happening with the government shutdown and you can't get that person to acknowledge what's happening. They'll say, well, they're both bad. So I want to be clear. We went from a woman, Kamala Harris, shaking her ass to get the job of presidency. That didn't say, wow, this party is really screwed up. But before that, they put American children out of school and put illegals in there. That still didn't do it. Democrats still had idiots out there voting for them. Now, the government is shut down because Democrats are claiming Americans, people have the right for health care. But they're editing the fact that they're saying they want illegals to have a right to health care because that's how they siphon their money. They know how to obscure what they're saying to not say what's really going on. You still now you get. Let me back that up. You still can't get these individuals to acknowledge again what's in front of them. So now, when I talk to people that are Democrats, for some reason, I don't hear Donald Trump is racist. I now hear, well, both parties are bad. Both parties. Both parties are bad. I am looking at videos of people that are making me real happy. When I say I am looking at videos of people that are making me real happy, I am happy to know that people are getting it. Do you know how hurt it is to see black people on the scale in which they was? There's a lot more making videos about F the Democrats now than ever. And I'm like, wow, we get it. But you will still talk to somebody that will make the claim, well, they're both bad. When I have to tell individuals, I'm talking about what's going on right now, what you see in front of you. Not talking about yesterday, because the people tomorrow are going to be talking about today. Why is it that whenever you talk to a Democrat, they can't seem to reference time? Why is it that every time you talk to a Democrat, they always seem to only know how to reference something that is not in front of them? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Hold on. charger is out. So, like I was saying, these individuals that are Democrats, you cannot get them to understand what's going on today. So allow me. If you in fact are a Democrat, I don't understand what's your narrative. When you listen to Jasmine Crockett talk about how police officers, it's not their job to prevent crimes, it's their job to solve crimes. When you look at the fact that Washington D.C. is now being there are people that are happy that they can walk around their streets and not see homeless people. What America has become in the last what America has become in the last 20 years, we became we need to care about everybody thing. We became that. We became a you supposed to my life, I can't afford to feed my kids, you should care. No, nobody's supposed to care. We're supposed to care about individuals that didn't. Listen, in other countries, they don't party like we do in America. We have a high rate of party, and everybody knows that when you party, you think you can transition into being the person you need to strive in life. Nope, not that. There are individuals out there that said, no, I should be able to party, not work hard, and wherever I fall short, the government should step in and help me. That's where we're at now. And that's not how life is. Life is, there was a time in life where you heard, it's not being heard. I've heard, all right, let me say that. My granddad would come home. My granddad would work all day. My grandmama would do this and that. But my granddad would work all day. Because that's how men are wired. Men are wired to just work, right? Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf. I remember that interview he did. He said, a man can be down on his luck, but a woman can whisper in his ear, well, hell, he'll go out the next day and move a freight train. That's how we help each other. Women give the man and cheer the man on, and then we get that energy. Now women don't want to be women no more. They're not cheering us on. They're saying that we ain't nothing. We are the absolute dirt. So in turn, they are now being reckless. There are no fathers around to give their children away, to give their daughters, away to the man. So mothers are deciding who and the state of their daughters, and they're showing them instead of telling them. And it's reckless stacked on reckless. Everything is reckless. And this is where we're at. And the Democrats don't see nothing wrong with that. The Democrats didn't implement 50-50 no matter what. They want chaos and confusion. Chaos and confusion sells. However, chaos and confusion doesn't know the line. And this is why you've seen Democrats now twerking at the Democratic National Convention. They're twerking. This is why you see them bold enough to put Americans out of schools, to put illegals. They're bold enough to say illegals can get money. They're bold because they've helped society understand that reckless and upheaval is the norm. Now we see it, and now they're doing it. They're our government, and they're acting worse than the unruly that citizen that's unruly, that don't want to go by the rules. The Democrats is acting like that. But for some reason, when you try to get somebody to talk about it, they seem to not understand anything. To me, that's amazing. To me, that's amazing. It's amazing. I find that to be amazing. I find it to be amazing to try and talk to a Democrat about the fact that our government is shut down because of the Democrats, and you still can't get them to acknowledge it. Now it's, well, they're both bad. I had to tell an individual today, I think let's stop with all the yesterday and what might be tomorrow, and let's start dealing with what we see today. Let's just start dealing with what we see today. Let's stop all that. Let's stop all that. Let's just deal with what we see today. And what do we see today? We see Democrats up to business as usual. Let's be clear. The government is shut down for one reason and one reason only. They're trying to pass inside the bill $500 million for illegals. How that for they're both for evil?